Okay, welcome back to AirJobBoss. I am the AirJobBoss, and this is a continuation of our interview preparation question and answer series. Today we're going to talk about a very common question. That question is normally at the beginning of your interview process, and it is, tell us about yourself, or tell us how you got started in aviation, tell us about your journey through aviation, or tell us about your past experience as a pilot. Now, there's two ways basically to answer this. One is a chronological reading of your experience. This is actually written down on your resume, and it's written in your application under job history, and you would go through, well, I grew up in Southern California. I always wanted to be a pilot. I graduated high school and I went to college at Kent State, where I got an aeronautical science degree and all my flight ratings, including a II, and I spent 4 years flight instructing until I had 1,500 hours. And I went to Piedmont Airlines, where I did 2 years as an FO, 3 years as a captain, and I got hired by Atlas Air Cargo, and I've been working there for 2 years as a first officer on their 747, flying all around the world, and now here I am at the interview with you. Okay, they really already know that. Now, some airlines will use this question just as a way of for you to get comfortable talking and for them to break the ice and for them to generally get to know you. And they're really not totally listening to you. But there are some airlines, and your interview will be kind of predicated on the way you answer this. And a lot of airlines are looking for what they call core competencies, yeah, or characteristics in you or all individuals that make good employees and good airline captains, good airline pilots. Some of those core competencies are like problem solving, a good foundation of knowledge, conflict resolution, customer service, crew resource management, threat and air management, all those things that you know and maybe actually written down in their job description of a first officer or captain at this airline that you should know, or you should have some of this in you, right? Some of these skills in you. These are the talent, skills, and experience that they're looking for. So you want to tell them exactly that you have these skills and how you got them. So all you need to do is go through a chronological telling of your aviation history, but tell them what you've learned and what skill you have achieved at that time. For example, I grew up in Southern California, always going to the airport with my father, watching jets take off and land. And it was at that point, at a very young age, I had a real deep desire and heavy passion for aviation. After I graduated high school, I decided I was going to become a professional pilot, and I applied to Kent State University. And I achieved a Bachelor's of Science in Aeronautical Science. And this gave me a deep understanding of the fundamentals of aviation. And that's why I went to an aviation specialized college, because I wanted to be the best pilot I could be. And I knew I had to have the best foundational knowledge education that I could achieve. And I achieved that at Kent State. While I was there, I also achieved all my flight ratings, where I really learned how to work hard and have a lot of tenacity and persistence, because sometimes it was difficult. And sometimes I thought I wasn't going to pass my check rides. Nevertheless, I got together with a lot of friends, and we all worked together as a team to study hard and to discuss problems and to discuss solutions, and kind of really learn that group dynamic and how to accomplish our goals as individuals, but working together as a team. After I graduated, I began working as a flight instructor, and it was at this time I really learned to put myself in other people's shoes and make their priorities my priorities rather than my priorities their priorities. I had to actually understand, get to know them, build a lot of rapport with them so that I could teach them in the most efficient way. So what I was saying was drawing from their reference, and it made it easier for them to understand exactly what I was asking them to do in order for them to be successful as a pilot themselves. After I flight instructed, I was actually hired by Piedmont Airlines, and this was my first opportunity to work for a real airline, a passenger service airline. And the biggest thing I really learned there was, one, determination and working hard through the initial training, because the initial training, after the initial training, you're set out on the line and you may not see training again for 6, 9, or even 12 months. So I studied very hard initially to understand the aircraft systems, the aircraft operation, and the company's operating manual, particularly their safety-oriented policies, as well as the company's mission. Because I figured that I was hired to use my skills, talent, and experience to promote the company's mission and to achieve the company's goals. And that's the biggest takeaway I had from at a regional airline. Now, I was both a FO and a captain, so I understood now both sides of the seats, one being a good follower and the other being a good leader, and building rapport when you're trying to ask people to work on your behalf and help you operate in a safe and efficient manner. After that, I wanted to broaden my experience, so I took a job with Atlas Air Cargo. And although it wasn't my ultimate destination, I knew that it would polish my understanding of aviation, large jets, international operation, crossing the Pacific, crossing the Atlantic, operating in foreign countries with foreign regulations, which of course required a lot of study and a lot of diligence and a lot of care prior to endeavoring to these different environments, regulatory environments and such. And it just operating in those environments brought a deep complexity, and it allowed me to broaden my problem solving and my preparation skills. So I had built a process of a lot better preparation prior to each flight. Now that's just a part of me no matter what flight I do. And now it's brought me here in front of you at this airline, and I hope that I can continue what I've been doing, applying my talents and my skills and experience in achieving the goals of your company, and which soon will be my company. Okay. As cheesy as that is and as long as that is, that's really what you need to do. You need to talk for about 5 to 7 minutes. You need to go along your history and tell them the competencies and the things you've learned. A lot of people don't take this approach, and a lot of people get a C on this answer. The answer I just gave, maybe a B+, maybe an A, who knows? That's why it's important, of course, that you probably get a professional preparation or study well the priorities of the airline you're interviewing at, their mission statement, their operational safety policy, and their company culture, so that as you're describing yourself and your learning process, you are saying the things that are valuable to them, and also dispelling some of the questions that they might have about all applicants. One, are they dedicated to their field? Do they have passion and desire that will last them through difficult times? Number two, can we train this person? Do they have a process and a track record of being able to be self-motivated in training? Number three, do they believe in what we're doing here, and are they going to work hard toward the company's goals, or are they just here to receive a paycheck? And you can see that I kind of touched upon those, but it's important that you understand exactly what the target company is wanting, yeah? Anyway, I'm the AirJobBoss. If you want one-on-one preparation, click the link below to AirJobBoss.com. I also have a handbook to direct you, but also subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps a lot with spreading this channel and making this channel more successful. Until next time, thank you so much, and we're going to see you on the next video.